Welcome back to the ML journey. Today's topic is tuples in Python. So by the end of this video, you will know what tuples are, why they exist, how to create and use them, the difference between tuples and lists, and some real-world applications of tuples. Let's begin by understanding what a tuple actually is. So a tuple is a data structure which contains data. But in this case, the data which the tuple contains cannot be changed after the tuple is created. A tuple consists of an ordered collection of items, which means if I store items in the tuple, the order in which I store it remains permanent. So for example, my tuple equals, now to create a tuple, I need parentheses. So let's say I want to store my name, David, and my age, let's say 99. I'm 99 years old. And my program, which is electrical engineering. All right. So once I'm done creating this tuple, and I hit, let me print the output of my tuple. If I hit run, I'm going to have David 99 EEE. So once I've created this tuple, the order in which I put the data in remains fixed. So David remains the first item in my tuple, 99 the second, and EEE the third item in my tuple. Alright, so tuples can store multiple values as I've shown. So we can have strings, we can have integers, we can have floats, we can have so many data structures embedded within these tuples. Alright, now let's say I wanted to print out David. Just like list, because we know lists are ordered, I could just do my tuple 0. So that's going to print out David. So we only do this indexing when we know our data structure is ordered. Let's try my tuple.-1. That gives me EEE. This is negative indexing from our previous video. Alright, another thing we could do is try to create a tuple with multiple values. So let's say I have 99 and I have another 99 here. There's the same tuple. So if I'm to print this tuple out, I'm going to have 99 appearing twice. Unlike in the set where duplicates are not allowed. In tuples, duplicates are allowed. Alright, so I've talked about tuples containing different data types, allowing duplicate values, being able to index through tuples, and so on. So at first glance, this almost looks like a list until you try to change something. Now, let's create a list for the comparison. And I'll just copy everything here. Alright, so let's say I decide to change the name from David to Joseph. So I could say my list equals, my list item at position 0 equals Joseph. Now let's print my list. And let's see what happens. So we have Joseph 9999 EEE. So David has been changed to Joseph. Now let's say we try to do this on the tuple. Let's see what happens this time. If I try printing my tuple, there is an error. Because first they are telling me tuple object does not support item assignment. So what this means is once I've created a tuple, I can't pick an item at a particular index and try to change its value. So David remains fixed and I can't change the value of David to Joseph. So that's why I got this error over here. Now I can give a real world analogy. Suppose you are building a mobile app for something like a GPS system. So you go to different places, then you look at the GPS location of that particular city or something. So if you are to code this in Python, then you are going to store those GPS locations in tuples so that they are immutable. All right. So let's say I have a tuple of longitudes and latitudes. So for something like this, I don't want these information or data to be changed. So that's why I store them in a tuple. All right, so suppose by mistake, somewhere in my code, I try to change one of the latitudes of a particular location. Because I stored my data in a tuple, nothing is going to be changed. So my longitudes and latitudes remain fixed and my location stays secure. But suppose I did that in another data structure like a list, then it means I could easily swap the longitudes and latitudes by mistake, and that will lead me to a different location altogether. So that's one important reason why you need to keep tuples in your arsenal. So we've created tuples and we've learned to access tuple elements by using indexes, and we've also talked about immutability of tuples. So now let's look at tuple operations. Suppose I wanted to know the number of elements in my tuple. It's just the normal things we used to do. Len of my tuple. So if I hit run, I'm going to have, oh sorry, let me take this out and clear my terminal. If I hit run, I'm going to have 4 because there are 4 items in my tuple. So suppose I wanted to know if 99 is present in the tuple, I'm just going to say 99 in my tuple. So 99 in my tuple is going to return a boolean if 99 is present or not. So if 99 is present, it returns true. If 99 is absent, it returns false. So if I hit run, I'm going to have true because 99 is in my tuple. Now let's say I tried for 79. If I hit run, I'm going to have false because 79 is not in my tuple. Another thing we could do is, because tuples have their elements stored in sequential order separated by commas, we could iterate through a tuple. So I could say for item in my tuple, let me take the list away. I just use it for comparison, so I can take it away. So for item in my tuple, print item. So if I hit run, I'm going to have David 9999 EEE because I could iterate through the tuple. And the reason is it stores its elements in sequential order. Now, another thing I could do is to unpack a tuple. So I have a tuple with David 99 EEE. I could also unpack this tuple. That's, I could say variable name, comma. Let's call this age, comma. And let's call this index, comma, and finally program. And I equate it to my tuple. I could do something like this. So once I do this, what we say is I've unpacked the tuple. So you can guess what's going to happen. David will be stored in name, 99 will be stored in age, 99 in index, and EEE in program. So let's print David. Let's print the name and let's see what is actually stored in it. So if I clear my terminal and I hit run, I'm going to have David being stored in name. Now, one of the last things we'll talk about in this video is tuple methods. So there are only 2 tuple methods, only 2. So we have count and we have index. But then they are not really common in daily Python programming. So I'll leave that to you to do some research on what the count does and what the index also does. Alright, congratulations, you now understand tuples in Python. In the next lesson, we'll be talking about dictionaries in Python and why you should use dictionaries instead of the data structures we've talked about in this and earlier videos. Thank you for watching.
If this video helped you in any way, I'd really appreciate if you took a few seconds to subscribe to my channel. Every subscription motivates me to keep learning, improving, and making better content. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next one.